And those little extra hours where you're like, maybe I won't work, you do because you enjoy it so much, and then you get so
Exactly.
much
Yeah.
further.
I'm on disability. I think I told you that. I haven't worked a traditional job in a long time. What I've been doing is stuff online, affiliate marketing. I've sold some pictures online because what I really love doing is like I have like over 70,000 photos and I turn some of them into art, and I have
Wow.
up in the cloud another 100,000, and I write like quotes and affirmations, and I also use, popular quotes and affirmations and put them onto the pictures. And I know a lot of people like on Etsy, and I sell like digital downloads of my photos, but you can also do like print on demand. Have you seen that? Like when there's like, iPhone covers and wall hangings and canvases and things like that.
Yeah, I definitely buy
Ideally, I'd
those.
love to be able to use that in a business. I mean, right
Yeah.
now I'm $30,000 in debt because
Mm.
of shiny object syndrome and buying every course under the sun to help
Hmm.
to start my business.
Right. Totally. Great. So you do understand a lot of the business model, the underpinnings of like how things really work, automation, things of that nature, and you're even in affiliate marketing, so you get it. It's just about
Yeah,
deciding and then doing. Is that
yeah.
correct? Got it.
I have like coaching through one of the programs, and because I didn't have money for paid advertising, I've been doing pretty much organic traffic, trying to do
Hmm.
that. And
Hmm.
he suggested the eBay thing,
Hmm.
which I really didn't think would take off. But in the past week, I've had 3 sales, and I only have like 33 listings so far of items
Hmm.
from like Walmart.
And
You
are you
know,
enjoying that? Is that fun?
it's fun. It's kind of stressful too.
Hmm.
I mean, I've been spending 24/7 online doing different things to build my brand and my business like for a while now. So I'm starting to see a little bit of return. So it's exciting, but
Hmm.
sometimes it's stressful, because like you want to like focus your time on the income producing activities.
Hmm.
And sometimes I'm spending a lot of time on stuff that might not be what's going to move the needle and stuff. It's
Right.
hard to know.
Right.
I'm consuming tons of content. I'm implementing what I can. I have a website. I
Hmm.
have all the tools. It's just I haven't seen a lot of traffic, and
And how long have you been doing this?
I haven't gotten to really put my own products into the business.
Got
What's
it.
that? How long?
Yeah. How long since you started like buying up courses and educating yourself?
It's been about a year now that I've been on the journey trying to put my
Mhm.
online business together.
So I think that a year is not bad for you to be educating yourself and to be just kind of, feeling out what works and what doesn't. You're really testing and dabbling in a bunch of different
Yeah.
things.
The
And if
only
you're
problem
doing
was
that,
that I didn't have the money for it, so I rang up credit card
right,
bills,
totally.
and
Yeah.
my
Well,
credit score went way down.
yeah, well, possibly it's time to say, okay, I have enough information here. I don't
Yeah,
need to
I
buy
think.
anything else, and now it's time
Yeah.
to move forward. And I do realize there is that potential to get addicted to, like you called it,
Shiny
shiny
objects.
object syndrome.
Yes.
And the same serotonin spikes can happen from taking action. If
Yeah.
you get into that, mentality, I think it's important. What I initially want to do is say, what about trying this? What about trying that? But it sounds like you've been trying so many things, and that's okay. But at the same time, it's like, can you give yourself a certain period of time, say the year you've already spent, maybe another month, whatever, and say, this is my time period for just figuring out what I like. And just, it's okay if you're not, getting results, but you're just saying, what do I like? And if there are other people out there that are getting results from that thing, and you can kind of look and say, okay, it's not because maybe, they had, a rich family, or they had a huge platform or something like that. If someone started where you are, or if a
Yeah.
lot of people start where you are and they've gotten there, then just know it's like, okay, I shouldn't be choosing what I think is going to give me the best return really short, really quickly. And instead, let me choose something that's sustainable, that I'm going to enjoy doing in
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 years from now, and I really love. Well, let me ask you a few questions. So out of everything you've done so far, if you listen to your intuition and your like the kind of creative or emotional side of you, do you feel like anything really resonates with you where you're like, I love doing this. This is something that, even if maybe it didn't get me the results I wanted, it's something that I really enjoyed? Or do you feel like you haven't found that yet?
I
and
want to
find too many.
inspire people with my words and my art. That's what I
Awesome.
really want to do in one way or another.
Hmm.
I'd like to be making money from, I like going out, taking tons of pictures and
Hmm.
creating, doing edits and playing around with them, and then having words that, go with it. And
What about this? What if you were to creating your own personal brand? You're getting people that are opting into your website, which you already have going. You just offer people, whether it's either products and services. For instance, I buy things off of Etsy, prints that I put up on my wall, whether they're beautiful quotes, things of that nature. You can offer that, or you can also offer a paywall to just join your thing. Maybe just allow it to get you to the point where you can run ads to your website and you don't have to pay for the ads. Maybe you're
and
not making
attract
profit.
people that are into that type of thing to be a member of the group, and
Exactly.
I can share everything with them, more or
Yeah.
less.
And it could even be $7 a month. And the reason why I say that is because that's going to cover your ad costs. Then
Yeah.
you're going to grow exponentially with the
You
people
just
that
need like
reach
a
you.
1,000 true fans or whatever,
Exactly.
like, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So just starting there, and then you can upsell
Yeah.
them later and say, hey, also I have these, if you want a piece of art on your wall, here it is. If you want a t-shirt, here it is. If you want a mug, here it is. But my
Yeah.
program allows everything that I do digitally that I truly enjoy doing
Yes.
is free. And on top of that, you'll be in a position where you are creating stuff and sharing your message. If you said, oh, I'm a little bit wary about being on video, I think you'll do really well on video. And even if not, whatever, whether it's written
I
or
do like
audio,
like
sharing.
the
Mhm.
aspect of teaching people through video, like making them aware of things and like teaching them different personal development. Since I did used to be a mental health counselor and I worked in a prison as a counselor,
Mm.
I like teaching things, spiritual meditation things, mental health things. So I think I could get comfortable over time with
Yeah.
video.
And you don't have to be an expert. You can just be a person who is on the journey. You say, hey,
Yeah,
I'm Lisa. I'm on this journey. Here's what I'm doing. I'm documenting the process. Here's what it
that's
looks
kind of,
like. Here's
yeah.
what's challenging. Here's what's working. And just put yourself in a position where you're, vulnerable and open and sharing what you're doing and telling people all the different things you're doing. People are so intrigued by that. There are so many people on the internet and everyone's either already there or they're trying to act like they're there. And why not just be real and just, I would love to have more people who are in the process. How fun is that, right?
Like the other day, I had talked about my why, and I can send you that video too, so you can see it. And I started crying at the end,
Mhm.
and I was so embarrassed and everything. And then I'm like, you know what? I just uploaded the video and left the room because I didn't want to have a chance to edit it out or anything. And I just sent it, and everybody loved it and stuff,
I love that.
And I read a piece of my poetry that explained like my why too and
Mm.
everything. And and it was real authentic and everything. And I like touching people because I'm like an empath, like
Mm.
a highly sensitive person.
Yeah.
And so I like being able to touch people and emotionally and stuff like that. So
Hmm. Totally. Wow. I have to admit that one of my favorite things, one of the most enjoyable things for me is having the membership side of things, right? Because I have an online course, but I also have a monthly coaching program. And it's just so fun to have human beings that are basically saying with their hard-earned money, hey, I like what you have to say. And I think that a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just do like the monthly training or things like that. But why not curate all the cool stuff that you like and say, hey, here's this cool planner I like. Here's this cool, tool that
yeah,
I like. And just share everything with them and just allow that community to grow and build and find new, unique ways.
and
Like
that's my
recently,
tribe. And
yeah, exactly. Recently I realized, oh wow, I can actually not just help these people, but I can connect them together. And so I'm looking into tools to actually get everybody into a big giant group chat.
yeah,
So it's really fun, and it builds a lot of confidence and it allows
and
you to build a
eventually the group
community.
kind of would be running itself, like they'd be paying a membership, but they all interact, and it's not like you have to be there to get
Right.
it going and get it
Exactly.
popping all the time.
Exactly. And I think that if you're doing something that you really enjoy, not just like trying this, trying that, trying this, trying that, which has its place as well, but if you're doing something you really enjoy, then those little extra hours where you're like, maybe I won't work, you do. because you enjoy it so much, and then you get so
Exactly.
much
Yeah.
further.
Yeah, I see people on Patreon, and some people they make a full-time living like just being
Yes.
on Patreon. And I was, I set up a Patreon page, but I didn't really know how to go about, starting it and like, what I was going to exactly do. But that's kind of, the type of thing I'd like to do. You're doing your thing,
Hmm.
you're making money, but you're also, you're enjoying what you're doing, and you're giving benefit to people who will benefit
Yeah.
from what you have to offer.
Well, you're in luck because in the program that you purchased, there's a whole section on Patreon and step by step how to do it, and even an interview with my friend Laura Benson who works at Patreon. So, yeah, check that out, and maybe that'll be helpful. I think it comes out in like the fourth or fifth week, if my memory serves me correctly. But yeah, so check that out too. And
What
I
really
again,
resonated with me was when you said, like, yeah, like you'd have to be able to have funding so that you're not worried about having to do whatever to like get, that you can really just focus on creating the business and doing things without
yeah.
being like, oh, but I got to do this to bring in money first. And
Yeah, and that's really the core of that program. Other than getting really clear on what you want to do, is getting funding to pay for your personal expenses and your business expenses. And when it comes to that, I mean, you're in a fantastic position. I mean, as bad as it sounds, like being disabled, there are a lot of government grants out there that you can get to start a business as a disabled person, as well as being a woman, and there are a lot. So I would consider taking the funding section pretty seriously and just build that out, because you could get a lot of grants where you're in a position where whatever, it doesn't change what we've already talked about. You're still figuring out, okay, what is the thing that I really want to be doing that I can see
yeah,
myself doing exclusively, not this and other things, exclusively just doing this really amazing thing for the next 3, 4, 5 years. And if you find that thing and you're like, wow, this is what I want to be doing, I can really dedicate my time and energy into it. And then you have that plan and you present it to get funding. That's a great position to be in, because now you're taking care
okay,
of your immediate money.
yeah,
If you do get the funding, then you'll be able to take time to actually, build something. And the analogy that I like to use is, if you birth a baby into the world, the baby being your business, you don't just take a toddler and say, all right, go out into the world and figure it out, right?
yeah,
You have
yeah.
to nurture it.
Nurture it,
And
yeah,
so the same goes for you wouldn't do that with a baby, so you wouldn't do that with your business either. Like, okay,
yeah,
I built a business 2 months ago. Why aren't you making money? Right? It's
yeah.
like, well, let me nurture you and let
Trial and
me,
error and stuff, and
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Serve the people and actually help people and connect with the people. And that's what I'm doing. That's the phase I'm in right now. My business
yeah.
is 2 years new. I spent the first year just figuring it out, creating content and getting out there. And now I'm building, an audience and helping people one-on-one like this, and
It
uh,
seemed like you were new. I was nervous at first because I'm like, oh, what if it's a scam? What if, the guy is like not even like he's using somebody's face, and like it's somebody else. And I mean, because you have a sweet face and you look nice and you seem, I'm like, but what if it's really just all a front? And I'm like, no, I got to trust this because it seemed really
That's funny.
trustworthy.
That's funny. Yeah. With the way that we operate as society, is that we spend so much of our energy on the bottom line being money. And
Yeah,
instead, like, why isn't the bottom line the people?
yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's like,
Like, oh, let's hurry up and open the economy and risk lives, but because we're worried about the money factor, it's
exactly.
like,
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks, Lisa. I think that my last thing is just to really clarify what you would do next. And so, do you want to give yourself a time frame, maybe a week or something like that, where you say, okay, in this time frame or a month, that I'm going to really figure out what that thing is, or maybe you already know, and just kind of like parsing that out and really building that vision. What does that look like for you? Something that you could say, by this time, I'm going to have this done.
okay, what, like to make a one-page summary type of thing of it, or
Yeah, you just want
vis-
a summary of your best case scenario of what you really want to be
okay,
doing, and then just send
okay.
it to me, and then communicate to me. You can email it to me.
And you can
Um,
help me narrow it down if it's too, broad.
exactly. Yep.
Okay,
100%. Yeah, and just I really appreciate your time, and
me
I just
too.
love watching this journey unfold, and I hope that in a few months from now you've gained some traction and you're in a place where you're feeling a lot better about these next steps, and I'd love to just be a part of that process. So I'm
Great.
glad we got to chat and looking forward to seeing the next steps. Awesome.
All right, then. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, Lisa, be well.
Okay.
Thank
Bye.
you.
You too.
Hey, thanks so much for checking out this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a lot of value from it. And if you know someone who maybe needs their day brightened up, or someone who's just motivated and driven and wants to make a difference or needs more advice or whatever it is, I implore you to copy the link and send this to them. Shoot them a text or an email or share this on the social media platform that you're on now. I'd really appreciate that. It would give me an opportunity to spread this message further and wider. And if I can help you more, then feel free to go to nathen.tv. That's nathen.tv. I have online courses, I have coaching opportunities, things of that nature, whether it be paid or free. I want to do whatever I can to help you live your best life. And additionally, if you want your own free consultation, I give them out from time to time. Feel free to text me. My phone number is 310-807-1998, and I'll prompt you with what to do from there. So until next time, stay abundant, stay happy, stay motivated, stay driven, stay focused, and all the other beautiful things. Life is beautiful. No regrets on our deathbed. Chat soon. Thanks.